Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new video. And in today's video I'm gonna show you my top 10 winter palettes that I've picked from my collection, rank them for you, and kind of share with you why I'm ranking them this way. Hopefully that will be helpful to you. Some of these are older, some of these are newer, some of these you can't get anymore, but you know, I just kind of shopped my stash and I just got I just kind of shopped my stash to find out the best palettes. Usually I go quite Christmassy with my winter collections, but this year I don't really feel Christmas. I just really want winter, like that cool snowy winter, and I think that's kind of reflective in the palettes that I've picked. But it's a palettes that I really want to use this winter, palettes that I think are amazing for winter, and palettes that I just really crave for, and I know that I'm gonna be craving for them for at least a while. So hopefully you will like that. Also, in case you're interested in this look, it's my first look in the review of the Ice Maiden palette by Beauty Moon Cosmetics. I'm gonna try to film the rest of the video tomorrow, and you know, and release it like Tuesday maybe, but I can't promise anything. You know, it's just like probably Tuesday, could be later, could be Monday, who knows. You never know with me. But Monday it's probably not gonna be because I want to I want to film my shop my stash. So that's that. And in case you're new here, hi, my name's Sasha. I love indie makeup, I love colorful makeup, I love eyeshadows, and I've been craving for winter makeup. Like, I love warm tones. They're my preferred shades, especially like greens, oranges, yellows. Love that. But lately, I don't know, I've just been really into grays and blues and purples. Do they fit me? No, with my hair and with everything, they don't really fit me. But what that doesn't matter. I just really love them, and I just always feel so fun and so cute whenever I wear shades like that. So that's everything. Hopefully you will enjoy this video. If you want to see more videos like this, I will link the entire kind of like seasonal ranking playlist down below. If I have a review on these, it will also be down below, and if these are still available, I'll also link them, like I will also link the website that they're from in case you want to purchase them. But I would definitely love for you to see my reviews in case you haven't seen them before. You can get some look inspiration. I usually do like 3 looks, sometimes even more, with my palettes. So hopefully that will be a good inspiration for you. And in case you're new here, I would be very happy if you could subscribe, obviously only if you want to hang with me and hang around with me. But I'm kind of trying to hit 1K, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that until the end of the year, but it would make me very happy. So every subscription will make me very happy, and I just, you know, it's so nice to build this community and get to know you and get to, you know, get to see you in the comments every single video. So yeah, that would be really, really fun. And also, if I pronounce something wrong, I'm sorry. I'm not English speaker. I'm from Czech Republic. This is my second language. So you know, sometimes I get a comment that like I'm pronouncing something wrong. That's why. I don't claim to be like perfect at English. Okay, so we're gonna go from number 10 to number 1. I'm gonna link the last year's ranking in case you want to get inspired with how my collection looked like a year ago and what I've picked. Some of these might be a repeat. Some of the palettes from last year either I don't have anymore, or I just decided not to put them in this video because obviously it would be really boring. It would be really boring if it was repeating, if it was repetitive, and also just maybe I just don't feel like they are in the top 10. You know, maybe I found better palettes for this season. So number 10, I'm gonna put the Merry Christmas palette by Uden's Eye. This one has been, I think, like in the top half last year, and I think even the year before, if I filmed a video like this. I don't remember if I did that 2 years ago. But these Christmas palettes were really, really high up in the rankings ever since I got them. But nowadays, first of all, they're getting older. Second of all, you can see how they look like now. I have 4 shades that aren't here anymore, 2 that are nearly done, well, 3 that are nearly done. So, wait, no, actually, this shade is also gone. I can't see properly. These 2 are almost gone. This one is almost gone as well. These 5 are completely gone. So, you know, if I had a new palette, maybe. But also, like, I've been using this palette so much over the past 2 years or however long I've had it. I've used her more than 100 times. I've used some of the shades as nail polishes, the shades that I didn't really love as eyeshadows. So at this point, I'm just kind of not into this palette as much as I used to be. Like, I still do like her, and actually a couple of days ago, I kind of swatched a couple of the shades to see how they still look like, and I found out a new color story that I haven't used with this palette before. I might have used it with another palette at some point, but it's not a look that I've done a lot, and I realized that I can do it with this palette. So there is still some inspiration happening with this one, but not as much as it used to. And I mainly use it either as a warm palette over here or like a green palette over here. So yeah, that's just the only reason. Maybe if I had a new fresh one, that would be a different story, but now it's kind of a lot. And I feel like with every single project pen, like at some point you've used everything you could have, and then it's just kind of just about using it up, not that much about being creative anymore, like especially since a third of the palette is missing. So yeah, that's number 10, but I still love the quality, like the greens, especially these 2 are still wonderful. This orange is still wonderful. These 2 shimmers are still amazing. These 2 are getting kind of crumbly, and I'm so happy that it's almost out because I don't know how much I would be able to use it anymore. But yeah, so like I still do like most of the shades and their quality, but it's just getting older. A palette that when I bought her, I thought she's not gonna be as good as the Merry Christmas one, but over the years I just fell in love with her, and I still love this color story, is the Christmas Eve palette from the same collection. You can just do so much more with this than the other palette, in my opinion. Like, you can just really mix anything you want, and it always looks beautiful. Like, even when I would randomly pick like 5 shades, 6 shades, I still loved the look with this. So whereas with the other one, it wasn't always the case. So I love this one. As you can see, I also have 3 shades that are completely done. This one is nearly done, this one is nearly done, this one is nearly done. This one is a huge pen. This one doesn't have a huge pen, but it's very shallow. Yeah, this one also very shallow, huge pen. So, and it's also my project pen. I'm definitely gonna be working on these 2 palettes a lot because I want to use them. Well, I wanted to use them up this year. That's not gonna happen, but I want to create as many pens and use as many shadows as I can. So the ones that are very close to being completely used up, I want to use them up completely so that I don't have to store them for next year. But yeah, like I love this color story. Like I love the purple with the yellow with the grays, the warm tones with the cool tones. Like you can do so much with this. You have a beautiful kind of highlighter, iridescent, well not iridescent, but kind of like just a kind of like fairy dust type of shade. You have this beautiful multichrome, well like duochrome, that's blue to purple. I've loved this light yellow shimmer. This was also a beautiful shade. Now it's getting a little bit flaky, but it used to be genuinely stunning. I loved the yellow that was in here, the Lima Tart, but again, it started to be a little bit waxy because it was one of those matte shades with a bit of shimmer, so you know, it gotten a little waxy. But I still love the color story, and when I'll finish this, maybe I will create a similar build your own palette. But I kind of feel like the new palette by Singe Beauty, there's something about it that really reminds me the Christmas Eve. Not fully, like I don't think it matches shade by shade, or even like if you would just take the color story, it's not the same, but there's a vibe or a feeling that kind of gives me something that I've loved about this palette. So I think I'm gonna buy the new Singe palette. Just kind of still have like this color story because I still love it. It's just, you know, it's getting older. And obviously palettes do expire at some point. Then number 7, I decided to put the Wicked Widow Lovesick palette. There is nothing wrong with the quality or anything, but it's a small palette. It's the smallest. Yes, it's the smallest palette of them all. So obviously, like you can't do as much with it. But you have beautiful kind of pinky purpley neutrals with a little bit of like blue in this multichrome. There's like blue, purple, teal, and this kind of bluish purplish periwinkle color. It's a beautiful color story. I love this shade. It has like some like yellowy orange sparkle happening, like shift happening there. It's a really beautiful color story. I think I'm gonna use her more towards the end of winter, like in February, because this is a perfect Valentine palette, obviously. But I've been meaning to use her for a while and I haven't. Like, I think the last time I've used her was somewhere in the spring. Maybe I dipped into her once or twice in summer, but I haven't really used her a lot since then. And lately I've been really thinking about her a lot, like at least twice a week. But I haven't actually used her because, you know, whatever. So now I'm really gonna enjoy that. Number 6, I decided to put this Unearthly Night Terror palette. I know it's a Halloween release, but it's such a beautiful, perfect little palette. Like, I love these shimmers, the mattes, they're very cool toned, and I don't know, like this is exactly what I'm kind of starving for, if that makes sense. So yeah, I need this one, and she's so gorgeous. Like, she's absolutely wonderful. She's absolutely wonderful. I love the mattes, the shimmers. It's a wonderful quality. I think Unearthly really, like, I loved their quality when I bought the Lore palette, like almost 3 years ago now, I think. Or was it 2 years ago? I don't remember, but like it's been a while. But now the latest palette, the latest palettes that they've had, like the ones that I've tried, were so much better. Like, it's insane. The quality is just so good. Then, a number 6. I have a palette that I don't even know if anybody has. I just got it like 2 weeks ago. I bought it on Vinted, which is kind of like a Poshmark, in case you don't know that, in case you don't know much about it. And I haven't worn her on my eyes yet. I only swatched her, and the swatches are exactly the same as other palettes I have from the brand, so I'm pretty sure it's gonna be nice. And I love the color story, and it's the Niebieski 220 from Glam Shop. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous blue palette. Like, I love this color story. I love this color story so, so much. I mean, it's just so pretty. It's insane how sparkly the shimmers are. The matte, I love the matte selection here. Like, it's just so beautiful. It kind of reminds me the blue, I think it was called Blue Moon by Colourpop, if it was actually like bam, you know, like if it was actually something. Because I had the Blue Moon and it wasn't bad. Like, I think it was one of the better Colourpop palettes. but just from swatching it, I know that this one is better. So yeah, and I still don't know if I'm gonna keep it in this packaging or if I'm gonna depot that, but so far I want to keep it because I really like this color story and I want to keep it together. And oh, she's so pretty. She's so pretty. Then is it number 5? Yes, it's number 5. So we're getting into the like better health. By the way, there wasn't anything wrong with the previous palettes. I love them all. Like, I genuinely, there isn't a bad palette. These are top 10 and they're all top in my collection. It's not like one of them is bad. But this is just kind of like what I think has the best format, the best color story, the best packaging. Like, it's the best in everything. So number 5, Spring Magic by Unearthly Cosmetics. I know this is a spring palette. It even says it on the packaging, but there's something about this color story. It has these beautiful blue shades, but it also has these like nice greens that I really like in winter, with some of the kind of more green shades, some silvers and like grays. If there was one like more reddish shade, I mean this one is kind of reddish, but if it was more reddish, it would be perfect. Like, I kind of really like this. By the way, I bought yesterday the Tis the Season palette by Cosmic Beauty. Obviously I'm not gonna have it until, I don't know, like a week. Well, actually they do ship really fast, but I don't think I'm gonna have it sooner than next week, and even then, even that is like very barely. Like, it's probably gonna be somewhere after next weekend. So, and I didn't want it to wait that long because I usually film these palettes, I usually film these seasonal collections like before before December starts, before March starts, before June starts, and then before September starts, so that it's like, I know that technically winter starts like in the middle of the December, but I don't know, I kind of really want to have it at the first of the month latest, but also I always film I always film my shop my stash on the first, so I've been kind of wondering if I should change it and like postpone this like 2 weeks. Maybe that would be better. Let me know. In my brain, I kind of want to start before the 1st of December, so that like by the 1st of December I will start counting all of the uses and everything. I always write down the list with where I ranked them, and then on the 1st like of December, now it's gonna be for this collection, it's gonna be the 1st of December, I will write down how many uses all of these palettes have, because I keep Excel spreadsheet, and then 3 months after, at the end of February, I will come back here and tell you how much I've used them, if I actually used them, what was my experience with them. It's kind of like a little bit of another review, kind of, to let you know if I still like them as much as I used to, and if I've noticed anything, because obviously some of these pads are new. I've only used them maybe once, twice, 5 times, and I could notice something in the 3-month period that I haven't noticed in the first month of using it and reviewing it. So I just like to do it that way, but let me know if you would want me to postpone this like further, so that we would get, so that the spring collection would come out like in the middle of March instead of in the beginning of the March, instead of beginning of March. Let me know what you would like more, but yeah, I definitely want to put this palette here because, again, like, I haven't really used her a lot lately, and I feel like I could get a lot of uses out of her in winter. And I just like that you don't only have the cool tone blue shades, but you also have something kind of warm or neutral. I just really like this one, but I do understand that it's not fully winter palette. Like, I do see a lot of the spring in there as well. Then number 4 is the water palette by Little Cosmetics. It's the Avatar: The Last Airbender collaboration, and it's this gorgeous, gorgeous, beautiful shimmer, beautiful blue neutral palette. I don't usually like putting blue next to brown. So like if I use this palette, I only use the blues, and if I want to use the browns, I use them with like yellows, oranges, pinks. Not with blue. I don't like that. But I still think the blues here are beautiful, and I like the browns for kind of more like that like hot chocolate type of look. And you could do like this, and this together. Maybe I could get the black shade from the Fire palette from this collection as well, and like make it some like hot chocolate type of look. I could see myself do that, even though I don't really wear browns, but you know, once in a while I could do that. With that being said, I kind of do like how these two look, because when they flip, this one is purple. It like flips between purple and cool tone turquoisey color, and then this one is a beautiful kind of beigey neutral, and I kind of like how they look. Like there's something really cute about them. But yes, the especially the shade Agrakela is such a beautiful shade. Then Spirit Oasis is like deep purpley blue, and it kind of has like hollow sparkle in there. It's stunning. So this one is gorgeous, but it is kind of like one trick pony, and you don't have that many shades there because, as I said, I don't use the browns with the blues. So for me, if I count this as blue palette, I don't have as many shades as with the other palettes that will come. And if I use the browns, I still miss at least one shade here to use it as brown, to do a brown look. So yeah, that's just for me because I can't really use it the way that I would love to use it. But I know a lot of people love browns with blues. I know that. I know it's very popular. I'm just not into that. Then number 3, Mighty Monster by Uden's Eye in collaboration with Annette Oberstadt. It's their new collaboration. Well, new. They released this like spring this year, I think. It's so gorgeous, and I love that you have cool tones and warm tones, and the warm tones are the type of warm tones that I love. You have the yellows, reds together, kind of like this orangey, warm, fiery look, this purple, this gorgeous serpenty greenish blue. Even these browns are kind of nice. This one is such a sparkly shade. It's kind of gel-like, so I still haven't used it all over the lid. I only used it on the lower lash line, but it looks beautiful on the lower lash line. And I just love the color story of this. You can do so much. I love this way more than the Wolf palette that she had before with them. And I can see winter in this so clearly. Like, it's just a perfect winter palette in my opinion, especially with this like such a vibrant orange with like this gold yellow shift. Like, I really love this color story. I've used her quite a bit, not too much, like but I still use her quite a bit. I think like 12 times, 13 times, and I do love this so much. So yeah, Mighty Monster. And you have so many things you can do, and it's a small palette. I love when you have a small palette that you can do a lot with. That's just kind of like it tickles something in me, and it's perfect. Number 2. Number 2 is the palette that I'm wearing today, which is the Ice Maiden palette by Beauty Moon Cosmetics. It's so gorgeous. Ever since they sneak peek this, I can't stop staring at this. I can't stop admiring this. It's just there's something about this color story that I've been really craving lately. Like, it just really ticks all the boxes for me. And it's so funny because I think even last year, if you asked me, I would be like, no, I can't wear this. This is too cool tone and I don't look good in it. But lately I've been just kind of, whatever, it doesn't matter if it doesn't look good on me. So pretty. I only used this palette once. I used kind of pretty much all the blue shades. And they're stunning. I mean, you can see that they're stunning. I can't wait to try the rest, but I already know that it's gonna be beautiful because I kind of lightly swatched some of them, and I have their gospel palette, and I can tell that it's gonna be just as good or maybe even better formula. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna have any problems with it, and the color story is beautiful. The shifts in the shimmers are so stunning, and it's mostly shimmer palette, which I prefer. Like, it's like 2/3 shimmer and 1/3 matte palette, which is kind of what I prefer. And you can still do a lot with the mattes. Like, you have some pinks, blues, teals, purples, you have really deep, really deep color over here, and you have kind of like deeper mid-tone here. So you can do so much with this color story, and I like that it's not just blue palette. And then a perfect cool tone palette with pretty much every cool tone shade you could possibly want and need, except maybe like gray, but you know, all the colorful cool tones are in this Winter Wonderland palette from Cosmic Beauty that came out last year. I'm still obsessed with this color story. I love these shades. Have I used it all that much since last winter? No. I think I played with her like twice or 3 times since the end of winter, so like since, I don't know, February, but I've used her quite a bit last winter. Like I think I did like 13, 14 looks with this. Like I did a lot of looks with this one, unless I'm misremembering that, but I do know I've made a lot of looks with this one, and she's just so beautiful. I love the multi-chromes in this, like this shade. It's even better in person, like so gorgeous. Love the deep shimmers, like they are so yummy. And then these 2 inner corner shades, the best inner corner shades that they've ever done. No question, like I love these so much. I love all the colors you have in here. It's just, it's perfect. I want to have this on my table every single day to like just dip into this, at least for one of the shades, because it's so pretty and I just really love them. Like I really do. Some of the shimmers crease on me a little bit, so I have to be really careful with the NYX glitter primer, and I have to be really careful to not put too much, but I think I'm gonna use these 2 together a lot, because these shimmers don't crease. At least I don't think they're gonna crease, and I've never had problem with creasing with the previous palette. And I know from other people that Cosmic Beauty, that Beauty Moon isn't really prone to creasing. So yeah, so our top 2 palettes are British brands, which I kind of love. I mean, they look so beautiful together. I think I'm gonna use these 2 a lot. But yeah, I decided that the Winter Wonderland wins because even though it doesn't have that many shimmers, it has, I think, the most shimmers, or at least the kind of the most fun shimmers that they've ever had. And I can do so much with this. Like you have some of the shades that are kind of in the previous palette as well. Like there's a similar shade to this one, similar shade to this one, then obviously the black one. What else? And some of the shimmers technically could be also kind of similar, but I don't know, like I feel like I can do more looks with this, not just because there's more shades, but just, I don't know, I feel like I have more options with this one. You can do cool tone greens, blues, purples, a lot of different shade options. Like you have always like 3 purples, 3 greens, 3 blues, you know, stuff like that. So you can do different, you can pick different levels of depth, which you can't really do in the Ice Maiden palette. And I don't know, I just kind of want to have the Winter Wonderland as the first one. It just feels right to me. So yeah, let me know what you think about this collection. I know that it's mostly blues, and by the way, I'm not gonna use just blue shades in winter. Like I think I'm gonna use them more than the rest of the year, but I still will wear like yellows and oranges and greens and purples and whatever. But I just really crave this right now. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about this collection. Let me know if you have any of these palettes, and what would be your top 10 winter palettes in your collection. Write it down below. I'll be happy to get inspired. Maybe I don't have some of them, and maybe I could find some new favorite palettes. So definitely let me know down below. I hope you've had a wonderful day, and I'll be super happy to see you tomorrow with new makeup releases. So bye!